Okay,
60
people,
seconds.
due to the electrical storm, we are running a bit slow today, so please be patient and report any small fires. Thank you.
Here's my phone.
Players, my name's Raul. Very important that we move as quick as a bunny. How many people do we have playing the game? Okay, super, one player. Go ahead and type in your name.
It says somber.
Oh, yeah. Do you want a 7-question tournament length game or a full 21-question full game? Oh, boy.
Oh, for
30
goodness sakes,
seconds.
Mavis.
Your buzzer is the letter B on your keyboard. That's B as in starlight, star bright.
Okay.
20 seconds.
But then I tells them, try running it on gasoline.
That's 20,
You know,
let's go.
I don't think...
Oh, man, I can't believe we're at 20 already. Hey, when you know an answer, buzz in. If you don't. But if you buzz, you only got a few seconds to pick one of the choices or you're gonna lose cash, all right?
10 seconds.
We'll see you later.
9, 8, 7,
And
6,
get rid of the desktop.
5.
Thanks,
Go.
Psychic Enemies.
1-900 enemies. With enemies like these, you'll never have friends again.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hello there, this is Utilo Jack TV. I'm Schmitty, and you are playing by yourself. Nothing to be ashamed of, everybody does it. Well, you're playing by yourself this time around, huh? Hey, don't worry about it, I do it all the time. Okay, let's go. Give me a category.
Question 1 is taped before a live studio audience.
For your enjoyment, it's hard to keep their clothes on. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Put it in gear, because here we go. Which of these is a school art project your child could do with paper dolls? Coloring a supermodel's face with crayons, gluing together a family of oil barons, cutting out lady journalists, or eating paste with struggling law students? No, adverb, used to express the negative of an alternative. You want me to read some more? For the curious, here's the right answer. Paper Dolls was a show from the 80s, when else, about the cruel, high-power world of modeling. So your kid would be coloring the face of a teen supermodel.
Hey, you little brat, stay in the lines. You're making me look fat.
All right, pick a category. We're calling this one On the Couch with Couch Potatoes. $2,000 for a correct answer. Hey, guess what I'm holding in my sweaty little hands? A psychiatric chart for a popular sitcom character. See if you can tell me whose it is. Patient complains of stress caused by employment with New York Police Department. Situation exacerbated by his recently divorced friends moving in with each other. To whom does this chart belong? Ira Buckman, Andy Sipowicz, Tony Beretta, or Murray Greshler? NYPD Blue? Yeah, well, not as much as that answer. I could have given you some cash if you picked this one. On The Odd Couple, divorced roommates Felix and Oscar are good friends with their poker buddy, Murray the Cop. Okay, now let's pretend Murray moves in as well, and they call the show The Odd Threesome. Throw me a category. This is question 3. Let's have a big warm welcome for Lines Down the Center of the Room. We're playing for $3,000 this time. Okay, let's say you've just gotten back from traveling in an alternate universe. Stick with me. You arrive home and you turn on the TV. You think you're watching The Odd Couple, but you've unknowingly turned on the new Odd Couple. Why might you think you're still in an alternate universe? Oscar's clean, Felix is messy, Felix is an ex-soldier, Oscar's a hippie, Felix and Oscar are black, or it's about Felix and a goofy guy named Belky. The new Odd Couple starred Ron Glass and Demond Wilson. It even used a few original Odd Couple scripts, so I could see how you might get confused. Man, poor Demond Wilson. First he's in The Junkyard in Sanford and Son, then he's Oscar, the messy one. How'd you like to be typecast as the trashy guy? Time to pick a category. Shake hands with bacon, eggs, and man cakes. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. Okay, suppose it's breakfast time, so you head out for something to eat. You're so tired that instead of the IHOP, you accidentally walk into the IHP for breakfast. What's on the menu? The New York City Police Department, a class of overachieving high school students, Ponch and John, or a group of Washington, D.C. TV journalists. IHP stands for the Individual Honors Program on that show Head of the Class.
Excuse me, waitress, can you tell me what's an Arvid?
It's kind of like an omelet, except it's got glasses and a pocket protector.
All right, I need a category. Well, look what you just happened upon, my little friend. You got yourself a this or dat. The category for this or dat is, she ain't heavy, she's my sister. Okay, I'm gonna read off 7 items, and for each one, I want you to tell me if the item applies to Marsha Brady, Jan Brady, or both. As each one comes up, if it applies to Marsha, press 1. If it applies to Jan, press 2. If it's both, press 3. And if you want to skip one, press 4. $500 for each right answer, and you lose $500 for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. Okay, can I get 30 seconds on the clock? Let's do it. Swollen nose, Marsha. Glasses. Hair of gold. Loves Desi Arnaz Jr. Looks like Aunt Jenny. Plays Juliet. Last one, buys a wig. Ain't got no more. That's a lesson in this or dat. Here you go. I want you to have this. So now what? Are you going to pack up the truck? Category, please. This one's called Ode to Lenny and Squiggy. How does $2,000 sound? Okay, let's see if you can complete this famous commercial ditty. Buzz in and type when you know the answer. Brill cream, a little dabble blank. This could do it. Type in your answer and hit return. Brill cream is that hair cream for men that use the slogan, a little dabble do ya. Yeah, I used to use that stuff all the time. Made my hair look really cool. But I think all those dogs constantly licking my skull finally got to me. Give me a category.
Hi.
Ordered.
Don't shoot. Got him ordered.
Tonight. Savory.
I love you, question 7.
Open wide and get ready for reasons why melting and mouth should never mix. You get it right, I'm giving you $1,000. Hey, you know those commercials for M&M's candy with the talking M&Ms? Well, suppose eating the red and yellow M&Ms meant you were actually eating 2 of the actors that provided their voices. Who would be melting in your mouth? Dennis Miller and Dennis Franz, John Goodman and John Lovitz, Richard Gere and Richard Simmons, or Kim Fields and Jaleel White. During that whole blue M&M ad campaign, the voices of the red and yellow M&Ms were John Goodman and John Lovitz, so that's who you'd be eating. Throw me a category. All right, give it up for Yabba Dabba Don't. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Okay, imagine you're a fly on the wall in the modern Stone Age town of Bedrock. If Flintstones characters used the products they endorsed in actual TV commercials, which unsavory scene might you witness? Fred puffing on a Winston cigarette, Wilma pulling on a Playtex girdle, Barney chugging an old-style beer, or Betty applying Compound W medication. Reynolds Tobacco was one of the original sponsors of the Flintstones, and Fred and Wilma were in a commercial sucking on Winston's. Now I know why Fred was always hawking loogies. All right, pick a category. Here we have Across the Tracks from the Bradys. $1,000 at stake on this one. Now, unless of course you've been living under a rock, you know the theme song to the Brady Bunch. But imagine if the tune went something like this. Here's the story of a man named Blank who was friends with a junk dealer named Fred. What could you call this sitcom? The Beatty Bunch, the Grady Bunch, the Hades Bunch, or the Shady Bunch? I'm talking about Grady Wilson from Sanford and Son. You know, if you think about it, Sanford and Son and the Brady Bunch are like two sides of the same coin, because they, well, okay, they're not. Category, please. And our special guest tonight, Barbara Walters, is O-Tay. You're looking at $3,000 on this one. Let's see how you handle this one. In the fall of 1990, 2020 aired a controversial interview with a former child star who played Buckwheat. What was controversial about it? The interviewee was an imposter, the interviewee swore like a blue demon, the interviewee punched the host, or the interviewee had become a woman. Turns out that Buckwheat was an imposter. The real actor had died like 10 years earlier. While the incident did give 2020's research team a black eye, it also gave them time to cancel their next exclusive interview with Christopher Columbus. Okay, you made it through one round. Let's see what happens in round two. Let's do it. Now in round two, every question is worth twice as much, so there's going to be some big cash moving around. Let's get to it. All right, I need a category. Let's see what we got going. You can't say that on television. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Hey, you remember those famous naughty words that the FCC wouldn't allow you to say on television? Well, suppose you're watching a very special episode of your favorite show, and it's all about profanity. Because they are equal in number, which TV show group could simultaneously have each of its members say a different one of all the FCC's famous dirty words? The Brady Kids, the Bradford Kids, the Gilligan's Island Castaways, or the Bad News Bears? The Bradford Kids? What a sucking mother stupid answer that is, you. What the is the matter with you? You got 7 dirty words and 7 castaways on Gilligan's Island. So that means you got mother Gilligan, the mother skipper too, the mother millionaire and his wife, you got a movie star and all the rest. Did I miss anything? Time to pick a category. This category is known as With Friends Like These. $4K coming your way for a right answer. Eyes forward, we're going. If you combined the October 19th, 1953 episode of Arthur Godfrey and His Friends with Friends, what would you expect to see on the next must-see TV? Matt LeBlanc's underpants, Arthur accidentally punching Phoebe, the cast being fired on the air, or a test pattern for 30 minutes. On October 19, 1953, Arthur Godfrey fired Julius LaRosa live on the air. Yeah, rumor has it he was asking for $100,000 an episode. Give me a category.
15!
The category? A low-pressure question. Heads up, this one's going to be $6,000. Okay, free your mind. At which of these times would you be able to tune in and catch your entire local forecast on the Weather Channel? 8:12 a.m., 10:18 a.m., 3 p.m., or 6:35 p.m.? Why didn't you pick this one? The Weather Channel gives you a local forecast every 10 minutes on the 8th, so 10:18 would be a good time to tune in, which means you could even try 5:48, or 7:08 for that matter. Or hell, how about 1:18 or 6:38? Never 8 o'clock though. Now 8 minutes after 8, sure, but not 8 o'clock yet. All right, pick a category. Okay, Flesh Nut Slit Slime Snore.
It is time for our TV stats.
One gibberish category coming up. Big Fat Lies. Let's see how much of $10,000 you can win on this gibberish question. Now check this out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. All right then, get ready and tell me, what phrase does this rhyme with? Nay, Trump? Then who took some? And don't let that punctuation... All right, type the answer and hit return. Oh yeah, they plump all right. They get almost as big as Donald Trump's wallet. Throw me a category. Let's take a look at birds, bees, and The Simpsons. You get it right, you get 2K. All right, imagine this. On a very special episode of The Simpsons, Homer explains to Bart where he came from. What will Homer most likely say? The funny pages, boy. Public access, boy. Liquid television, boy. Or The Tracy Ullman Show, boy. The Simpsons started out as a weekly segment on The Tracy Ullman Show. Now me, my dad told me I came from my dream of Genie, and then he threw an empty beer bottle at my head. I love that man. Category, please. Well, what do we have here? Whoring for ratings. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. All right, no fair peeking at your TV guide collection for this one. Which of the following reunion shows never happened? Make Room for Granddaddy, Still the Beaver, Bionic Ever After, or One Day, One More Time? Sadly, the cast of One Day at a Time has yet to get together for a reunion. Now, I did hear that Schneider's two-part mustache got together and met under his nose. Time to pick a category. May I introduce Save It, Spend It, or Sag It? 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, imagine that you made it to the voting round on America's Funniest Home Videos. If your video of getting hit in the privates by a bowling ball finishes behind a video of a goat nuzzling a man's privates, what might you do with your second place prize? Buy a new $2,000 bowling ball. Buy a new $3,000 video camera. Buy a new $10,000 set of prosthetic privates, or take your turtle wax and go home. Survey says... does this ring a bell? On the TV show, Bob Saget awards $10,000 to the first place winner, $3,000 to the second place, and $2,000 to the third. And I hope you were listening carefully, because that'll be the only time you hear the phrases Bob Saget, TV, and awards in the same sentence. All right, I need a category. Today's specialties include budding child stars. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Hey, you know how those Budweiser frogs sit around in that commercial and they go, Bud, Bud, Bud. Great stuff, right? Well, which of these sitcom characters would think that the TV was calling him when the Budweiser frogs were saying, Bud? Arnold's pal Dudley on Different Strokes, Rudy's pal Kenny on The Cosby Show, Urkel's pal Waldo on Family Matters, or Punky's pal Alan on Punky Brewster. What's your target? Nah, forget it. Let me show you what I would have picked. Rudy's friend is named Kenny, but she frequently refers to him as Bud.
Who busted the TV screen?
Oh, Bud thought the frogs were talking to him again.
All right, pick a category. For your viewing pleasure, why did God make so many sick people? This one can get you $6,000. Okay, you know that show St. Elsewhere, right? Well, say St. Elsewhere is overwhelmed with patients, and the staff prays to God for help. If God sends the patron saint of the TV industry to assist, what will audiences see on the show? St. Joseph scrubbing up, St. Patrick performing open heart surgery, St. Gabriel delivering a baby, or St. Eligius filling in charts. Yeah, I know. St. Eligius is actually the name of the hospital on St. Elsewhere. Next time, listen to me when I read the question. Here's the one you didn't pick. The patron saint of the television industry is St. Gabriel. Man, he must have really pissed somebody off, because he used to get those cool diplomatic jobs like telling Mary about being pregnant with Jesus, but these days he's just a PR lackey who's got to answer for that whole Urkel thing. Give me a category. I believe this one is called, What is That Smell? We're talking 6K here, so pay attention. Pencils ready. Let's do it. If you were to brown nose a TV character named Brown Shoe, up whose butt would your nose be shoved? A hard-working factory workers, a handsome school teachers, a lovable family pets, or a straight-laced detectives? 10 Speed and Brown Shoe was a short-lived 1980 detective series, so your nose would be firmly planted in a detective's butt. Or if you'd rather, you can sniff the seat of a 10 Speed. Same difference. Throw me a category. Well, you've made it to the Jack Attack. A little edgy, aren't we? I thought someone switched to decaf. Here, try this clue. It sounds dirty, but it's about... Oh, I'm going to enjoy watching this one. See ya. Nicely done. Now let's see what's in your score. That's the game. Hey, way to go, player one. You know more about TV trivia than anyone else who played that time. How does that make you feel, huh? Kind of like...
Nice work, people. Congratulate yourselves. We pulled off another one. Hey, Raul, can we go home or are we playing another one of these?
Making the high scoreboard on a trivia game about television. Well, if that isn't fulfilling, I don't know what is. You want to play again, all you have to do is let me know and I'll set you up.
My life changed forever.
The Civil War Battles of the Network Stars. A Ken Burns film coming this fall to PBS.
One's a cop from the future. One's a witch doctor from the past. Together they fight crime.
Freeze!
Ting tang walla walla bang bang. Sundays on UBC.
How often do you think about the air you breathe? Oxygen, gas of life, or secret military death vapor? Tonight.
Ice. Watch out.
Why?
Slippery.
Oh. This message brought to you by the United States Department of Condescending Paternalism. Each week on the Black Market Baby Roadshow, leading black market traders travel throughout the nation offering free appraisals of your unwanted or stolen children.
This is a relatively healthy 2-month-old baby girl. She has no noticeable scars. A fair price would be in the $20,000 to $30,000 range.
Watch as the Black Market Baby Roadshow cameras capture tales of long-neglected children snatched from attics, basements, and daycare centers.
I found this baby in a private nursery at a nearby estate.
This is an 8-month-old baby boy, and it's actually a distant relative of the British royal family, and worth several $100,000.
Why, I had no idea.
Black Market Baby Roadshow's featured guest experts also offer tips on the preservation and protection of your newly purchased black market child.
This baby is my second, my third cousin's kid. They was killed in a high-speed automobile collision.
So keep an eye on your local birth announcements and hop on the Black Market Baby Roadshow tour in a city near you.
Guys, let's face it, you don't have time to waste looking for that remote. Introducing the new Rollster. Genuine imitation leather remote control holster, the Rollster is crafted in the spirit of the great man who tamed the Wild West. If you're fed up with always having to look between the cushions of the couch or under last week's newspaper, then you need the Rollster. By fitting snugly on any pant loop or with the optional quick draw action belt, Rollster never lets you down because it's always by your side. You want control? You want Rollster. Rollster available in gray, tan, black, and red clay. Genuine imitation brushed leather hat, fringe vest, and couch spurs available separately.
Hey, Chachi, pass me that whatchamathingy.
Huh? Two best friends who've known each other for 80 years.
And who's it's flipping my jig? Pass it over here, Chachi.
You talking to me?
You're the only one here, ain't you?
They just can't remember each other's names.
My name's not Chachi, you idiot.
I don't care what your name is. I want to doodle with you, whatever.
Yes, those two lovable old characters are back with their own series.
How'd you like it if I called you Mickey?
My name's not Mickey.
That's my point.
Huh?
What? Fridays this fall. Senile Old Men.
Hey, Stinky, pass me the Cheetos.
Are you talking to me?
You're the only one here, ain't you?
Well, what about him?
Oh, that's a lamp, you idiot.
Oh.
Senile Old Men, the new show about nothing.
I thought he looked familiar.
Oh, I guess I'll just say it. Sweetie, will you marry...
The average human passes wind 11 times a day. But now there's an answer to the embarrassment. The Fart and Burp Buddy. The Fart and Burp Buddy is a tiny pouch that emits a lifelike scream when you squeeze it, diverting attention away from your loud flatulation or belch. Let's rewind and see just how the Fart and Burp Buddy can work.
Sweetie, will you marry...
Oh my God, look, it's John Travolta. Honey, someone said they saw John Travolta.
Oh, it was probably just some crazy lady. Now, Schnuggums, will you marry me?
Yes, Tom, I will.
Just one little squeeze and the Fart and Burp Buddy can help you out of any cheese-cutting jam. It fits right in your pocket or purse and comes with over 100 attention-diverting phrases programmed right inside. Just listen to a few of these examples.
Look, it's Menudo. Oh no, the building's on fire. Watch out for that UFO.
The Fart and Burp Buddy even comes in foreign models, like the German.
Gross Gott, es ist David Hasselhoff.
Or how about the French?
Zudalo, il est Jerry Lewis.
The Fart and Burp Buddy, from the makers of Flatulence, the scented suppositories.